Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me. I have something interesting to go over tonight. It's a little change of pace. It's not necessarily about the Star Wars stuff per se, but it is kind of interesting and thought-provoking. I came across this article. I've been doing some thinking, and you have your backwards thinking cap on? Okay, if you don't, get it on, because you're gonna need it. And please send some comments, ask questions, engage with me, because this is going to be an interesting topic. Something that maybe you may not have ever thought about. Maybe you have thought about it and you just want to give me some of your ideas. Please engage with me. Anyways, to get started, I came across this article on the internet that talks about the sun, the moon, and the stars. Now, depending what you believe, I believe in the creation aspect of this world, this universe, all of humanity. I believe we were created. I do not believe that evolution just popped us out of nothingness. So, with that in mind, I came across this article, and it's talking about the sun, the moon, and the stars being set in their positions by God to be timekeepers, to be given that responsibility, not just as inanimate objects that are kind of sitting in the sky. They actually are celestial bodies. It's interesting that they call them that. Celestial bodies, celestial beings. Now, I know this is going to kind of be like, oh yeah, I don't believe that. That's kind of weird. That's wacky. That's out there. Okay, well, just stay with me for a minute here, or a couple minutes, depending on how long this takes. So the author is J.M. Robinson, and there is this article that he wrote talking about the different responsibilities of the stars, the moon, and the sun. Now, going back to Genesis, in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. Now, we learn that the earth there was nothing there. There was nothing there at that time. Okay. The heavens and earth he created. The earth as we know today had no shape. It was void. It was formless. There was no shape of it. Now, the darkness was on the deep, was on the face of the deep. That's what it says. I'm actually going to pull that up, and I'll just read it to you. Verse 2, the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, which I just said, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, let there be light. So now he brought light into existence. Okay. That's 3 verses in. 3 verses in to the creation of everything. God brought light into existence. So, God saw that the light was good, and then God divided the light from the darkness. Okay, so you had the darkness on the face of the deep, which was the void, formless, shapeless earth. There was no land because it hadn't been created yet. But there was just what they call the deep, or what the Bible describes as deep. So he created the light. He separated it from the darkness that was already on the water, on the deep. Then verse 5, God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. That right there is proof and destroys any argument that this world was created in thousands and thousands of years. If you don't believe that, if you do believe that, whatever, that's not the argument tonight. I'm not even bringing that up. But that is pretty literal. Obviously it's the first day. We don't measure days by thousands of years. If God was to give us his word, give us his information, and we're supposed to understand it, he wouldn't say, oh, but to me, 1,000 years is a day, and a day is 1,000 years, like the verse says. No, that's not what he says here. He says it's a literal day. So, it's a literal day. Let's just go with that. All right. So, verse 6. Then God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Now, this is the part that's constantly argued about, and especially the different concepts that Christians today, many Christians today, are starting to move towards a flat earth theory. So you have to take that into consideration. And the reason I say you take that into consideration is because if you rule it out and say that, oh, there is no flat earth, there is no global earth, if you go one way or the other, you're going to lose some of the concept here, some of the differentiation in reality, because there's a lot of things that we really don't know, even though we think we do, and a lot of things that we are being told about that. I'm getting too far off tangent here. Let me get back to this. Okay, I'm going to get down to the part where it talks about let's skip a couple verses here and get down to the part where it talks about the night and day. Okay, verse 14. Then God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens. So it's up in the firmament of the heavens. Okay, so you have God separated the firmament, the waters from the waters. You can go down and read this yourself. It's in Genesis chapter 1. If he separated the waters, and the firmament is the separation, okay, you have water up here, you have the firmament, you have the heavens, and you have earth. So and it says heavens plural, so that means different types of heavens, and we can get into that theological discussion if you want to engage with some questions. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting, and this is the point I want to make. Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night. So we already know, we see it with our eyes. We can feel the sun during the day, and we see the stars and the moon at night. Okay? And let them be the signs and seasons, be for signs and seasons, and for days and years. Okay, so there God has established them as timekeepers, but we don't think they're living beings yet, do we? Well, let's keep going. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens, and give light on the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, of course the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night, the moon. He made the stars also. So, we're going to stop there a minute, and I'm going to find another verse that starts talking about this, okay? Okay. I found the verse. So, the verse is going to be, this is a specific verse, but I'm going to broaden it a little after I read it. Psalm 147, 147 is talking about praise to God. It's a psalm, a song of praise to God for His word and providence. Verse 4. He counts the number of stars. He counts. Okay. Now, does this seem a little funny? The Almighty, all-powerful Creator of everything already knows what He created. He knows everything, right? He counts the number of the stars. Here we go. He calls them all by name. What else in creation does He call by name? Us. He calls us by name. And He calls the stars by name. That's interesting to me. So it got my noggin thinking a little bit. Got me all thought provoked up there. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's kind of interesting to me. Okay, if this is the fact that He calls them all by name, what else does He describe in His word in the Bible? What else is described as stars in the heavens? That the great dragon, swiped with his tail and brought 1/3 of them down. Yeah, you guessed it, angels. So, if those are described as stars, maybe, just maybe, those things that we see up in the sky are not burning balls of light or burning balls of gas. Maybe they're specifically put there because there are so many studies about angels. I'm not saying they're all the angels. Each angel has their own specific purpose. The one that was put in the Garden of Eden to protect it. The cherubim, he or it, that angel was not obviously a star or a celestial body per se. So God gave specific roles to these angels, and that's what their roles are. They're up there, doing their thing, burning brightly, giving light to the darkness of the night. Hey, now, just remember, this is just a thought, okay? This is just a concept that had come across me, come across my daily walk with Christ. It wasn't in my devotions per se, but just, the way I think about things, the way my mind works. So, it's a thought. And also that article, if you would like that article, I can post it in the comments below. I'll do that anyway for you if you want to check it out. He's a pretty good author. So far as the first article I've read from him, but he knows how to, word his writings. So that's something I just thought I would share with you, and you can take it any way you want. Please definitely give me some feedback, see what you think. If there was not enough information that I gave you, let me know. I can definitely expound on it. I can get more in depth with it, and just share more of my information that I've come across. Thanks for watching, and I really appreciate it. Have a good night.